All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Got the live stream going here, and so that was we got Dan. I forgot to start the live stream, but Dan over in Silver City with the aircraft scatter, and so now that we've got that running, I'll swing over that way again when we get another plane in the right area. But for now, radar's not showing anything for the next at least 15 minutes. So we'll get things going on the check-in list and get everybody in line here. So first off, the guys I've got written down: Steve N7THW. You're going to be sticking around, right, Steve?
Oh, Roger, Roger there, Doug. No problem.
All right, and let's see here. Jim N6CAZ, I've got him. I know he'll be back. He's not here right now. He's walking the dogs, or the dogs are walking him, whichever it may be. Jerry W5RCQ, how you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Doug. I'm doing terrific. I didn't know whether Robert was netlogging today or not. I know he's getting ready to go on that trip, but I'll be here for the duration.
Oh, okay. And I see Robert's online. He is net logging, and he's ahead of things. He's got a list going there. Let's see, WB7DYU, John. How you doing this morning?
Doing really good. Thank you. I'll be around.
Okay, very good. And I know Al K7ZYP is signing his Mother's Day card, but for Janie there, but I know you're going to be around. And Dave K7SWK, I heard you in there.
Good morning, Doug. Yeah, I'll be here for the duration as well. Just looking at these fantastic pictures of the aurora. Have a good day. Good hearing everybody.
Yeah. The pictures just keep on coming. I was getting so many of them yesterday. Just amazing, and some incredible radio activity going on 2 meters out of that episode as well. So a lot of exciting stuff to talk about this morning. Let's see, and then of course we got Dan in here via air scatter. And so we'll get Den back in here again later on when some other planes wander by. Let's see. I believe I've got everybody. So anybody else out there?
W7ADL.
Okay, got two of you there. I'm getting caught up with my handwriting here. Good morning, Jim. How you doing? You going to be able to stick around?
Yeah, doing good, and I'll be here.
Okay, perfect. And K7LOL, Dave, how you doing? All right. I think I heard you say you were kind of in there at the same time as Jim, but did you say you're going to be around as well, right?
Roger.
Okay, excellent. Anybody else out there? What was that? Oh, Andy, K7AMB. I need to peek up on you. I think I need to go a little further to the east. K7AMB, Andy, long time no hear. How you doing up there?
Hey, Doug, good to hear from you. Yeah, it's been a while. Haven't been on the air much. I'm Houston's grandpa, and so been doing grandpa stuff with our first grandbaby. But doing well. I'll be just listening in. I won't be able to participate, but I thought I'd check in. Heard you guys out there. Dusted off the radio, and good to hear from everybody. And yeah, interesting stuff going on with the solar and the northern lights, and pretty interesting week. K7AMB.
Yeah, Andy. What a week to be a 2 meter a VHF guy in Arizona. I mean, Aurora in Arizona. Just I doubt I'll live long enough at my age to experience that ever again down here. If you lived up in Minnesota, that's one thing, but down here, really rare stuff. And to have been able to be a part of that was just really an incredible thing. So, and congrats. What you said something about your baby's grandparents are there? Is that right?
Oh, no, sorry. I am a new grandparent. So our daughter, we had our first grandbaby. So, yeah, it's a new experience for us.
Oh, congratulations, Grandpa. Okay. I couldn't oh yeah, I misunderstood that. Well, hey, let me tell you what there, brother. That's a awesome awesome thing. And like everybody, all the other grandparents say, you know what? They go home at the end of the day, too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's all the benefits without the stress. It's amazing. I'll send it back to you, Doug. Good to hear from you.
Okay, same to you, Andy. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you again down the road. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Anybody else out there? K7EME.
KD7,
Welcome back, Mike. KD7UUN. How you doing?
doing pretty good. Beautiful morning this morning. Loving it. So, yeah, I'll be interested to hear the reports on the solar business. I wasn't sure which way it was going to go.
Yeah, it was crazy on Friday, and of course having Chuck around with his astronomy ties, it was I got an early warning, and so thank goodness I could experience aurora on 2 meters. And so, yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about. I got more notes on comments than I've ever had, I think. So, some exciting stuff from EME News to one of our members getting a Central States VHF meeting presentation invite and all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, more to come. Anybody else out there? Well, I'm aimed a little bit more towards the north area there, K7EME. All right, let me get a little more back on Phoenix. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. And good morning, Robert. Got you. I think we're good on the listings here.
Yeah. Good morning, Doug. Anyway, yeah, I think I've got it set up, and I got everybody I've heard so far. Anyway, good hearing you, N7PD.
Okay, excuse me. I seem to have a problem getting the voice going this morning, and we'll see how that goes. Must be something blooming out there. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Anybody else around?
Morning, K7VNE. Anybody out there?
Just us lurkers. How you doing, Vince?
Pretty good. Kind of lost track of time. A friend of mine's coming over. He's gotten interested in getting a drone, and I had to pull mine out that I haven't flown in a year. I'm getting reacclimated to it, so I'll be short time, but a lot of fun. But man, there's a lot of stuff to remember.
I have got to. Oops, I missed the button here. I have got to get a drone one of these days. And maybe take some pictures of the property here, and take it out camping and all kinds of good cool stuff you can do with those things. Getting aerial video.
Oh, I know. I've gone around here in the canyons and that quite a bit. It's amazing, and these things are the intelligence of these things is amazing. I mean, I can hit that thing out there, and when it takes the one I have, I got a DJI Mavic, and when it takes off, it's taking photographs of the area it took off from, plus the GPS coordinates. And when you get out on the trip, you can tell it to come home. It'll come right back home and land within 2-3 inches of where it took off.
Oh, isn't that incredible? And then I think if it's also has this capability I've heard of that's equally cool is if it starts running low on battery, it says I'm out of here and I'm going back home.
Yeah, it will. It'll warn you it's coming back home, and you can stop it, but you do so at your own peril because you better make sure you got time to get back. But it's pretty cool stuff. It also have collision avoidance. I was doing a little strafing run down my road here, and there's an Ocotillo plant across the street. It's a little bit bigger than I thought. And this thing was cruising down about 30 miles an hour, and it just stopped. I had to rise it up about 20 feet to get above that plant to keep going over.
Whoa. Oh, that's pretty cool. Boy, that is something. Yeah, interesting. Well, amazing technology. Next thing you know, Amazon will be doing all that stuff and dropping things off at our doorstep.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if anybody's going to try to intercept one of those. It'll be kind of interesting to see how well that works.
Yeah, we'll see. A little air piracy there. Yeah, sounds good. Well, we'll let you go and have fun with the drone. And it doesn't sound like you'll be crashing into anything.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm glad I got a little bit of de-exter this week because, man, the last 4 days, I check into this high noon net on 40 meters every day at about 11, and nobody's hearing anybody. It's just really bad.
Yeah. I haven't been listening on HF, but yeah, with all this stuff going, I'm surprised if anybody's made any contacts. That's been an incredible couple of days.
Yeah, roger that. I mean, I was out there. You can see that. Oh, you probably have seen it already. Got a little solar lens for my Celestron telescope, and you can see that huge spot that's pointing right at it. It's over to the side, but I guess it's still doing its job. Some people, I know in Michigan, never seen the aurora, and I seen a thing on Northern California where the guy had some aurora down there. That's really unusual.
Oh yeah, well, there's guys in Tucson here. Chuck got some amazing pictures, even down here of the aurora. Just some really beautiful stuff. So I would not be surprised to hear reports of it being filmed down in Mexico.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm out there every morning early, with the dogs. It's dark out, but I think you need to have a little bit of a long exposure on film to catch it, because my naked eye couldn't catch it.
Yeah, I know. That's Chuck was doing 10-second exposures.
Okay, yeah, that would work. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so we'll see what happens, and as long as it don't get much worse than it is already, I guess nobody's talked about power outages yet, but it could if it gets any worse.
I was talking to Chuck about this on Friday afternoon, discussing the intensity of it, because there were Class 6X flares and G5. The storm got upgraded to a low-level G5, which is the maximum, and all of this, and the power grids, and of course at the more northern latitudes where it would be stronger, that's where you're going to see the grid problems. Not so much down here, but nonetheless, I made dang sure that all my solar batteries were charged to the hilt.
Oh yeah, I heard that, man. Yeah, you got to be prepared. I mean, I've only been in ham radio for 8 years now, but I've never seen, when the K index is at 2 or 3, it's not too bad, not great, but 5 is really bad. It was at 8 the other day. So, and all the bands were listed as poor. So, I guess nothing you can do but ride it out.
I actually Friday afternoon I saw it hit 9. K index of 9. Incredible.
Yeah, you got it all well. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna get going here, and I'm gonna charge up my batteries. I were out there exhausted one playing around to figure out how to work the darn thing again. So I'll catch you next week, man.
All right, Vince. You take her easy. 7-3s. Anybody else out there wanting to check in?
WD7R. And 7BD comment.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Stand by. I got you there. And go ahead, Robert.
Oh, who was the check-in? Go ahead.
WD7R.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I was just going to comment. The best the best package delivery service by drone is probably the Ukrainians. Are over.
Yeah, yeah, they got after the conflict is done, they should start their own company, man.
Yeah, pinpoint delivery.
Good call, good call. I like that.
Yeah, they don't even care if they're intercepted. I mean, they're almost at the point.
Well, and they can do sea deliveries as well.
Yeah, there you go. Cover all the bases. All right, take care, man. Good morning, Robert. Catch you next week. K7EME Clear.
Yeah, good comment, Robert. I like that. Mike, go ahead. How you doing this morning, Mike?
Yeah, good morning there, K7EME and the group. Doing good. Had a nice dinner with Jason last night there and his bride, and still kind of waking up here. I need to get the coffee going, but just wanted to say hello and a good signal this morning.
Yeah, yeah. The band is really quiet. It's picked up in the last 10 minutes or so, a little bit, but it's as quiet as I've heard it in a long time. Yeah, and congratulations to Jason for getting his extra class upgrade. How about that?
Yep, yeah, I had no doubt. But yeah, congrats to him on that. And he's looking for some vanity calls there, so that's cool. But anyway, good to hear you, Doug. And just curious who you were talking to before me. Was that Vince?
Yes, that was Vince.
I swung my antenna out towards the east and could barely hear him there. I was just curious, but thanks again for getting me on the list. Good morning to Robert and all, and put your breakfast orders in. WD7R.
Okay, all right. Well, we got you down on the list there, Mike, and duly noted. Let's see, KW7RNX Ron. I see you're lurking out there. How you doing?
Good morning, K7EME, KW7RNX. Yeah, it's probably put me down for in and out today. We're doing the Mother's Day early breakfast here, so won't be able to participate, but I thought I'd make sure I checked in.
Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot for doing that, and absolutely happy Mother's Day to your significant other, and all the significant other mothers out there as well. Thanks for stopping by, Ron. Good signal this morning.
All right, you and the net have a good day. 73s, KW7RNX.
Okay, 7-3s. Anybody else out there? K7EME.
N7THW.
Yeah. Oh, I bet I know what radio you're on there, Steve.
Roger. I've been listening to everybody on this radio. How's it sound to you? Pretty murky? Over?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the Quanchang check-in there. Yeah, I hear what Al's talking about with the audio there. I'll comment on that further because there's nothing you can do firmware-wise to clear that up, but there is something that can be done hardware-wise with changing the bias of the amplifier in there. But thanks for the check-in. You're the net's first Quanchang check-in there.
Okay, Roger on that. Well, I'll tell you what, as far as the receive audio, it sounds just as quality as my 991, to be honest with you. I'm really surprised.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, well, there is some clipping there going on, and I can explain more about that later. But for using around a hamfest for us to talk, and stuff like that, I mean, it's really perfect. But we're still in the early stages of that of the development of the hacking of that radio, but I'm certainly glad I got one, and appreciate you let me hear how that sounds.
Okay, no worries. We're gonna go back to the other rig. But anyway, just wanted to have the fun call for this morning. So K7EME in the group, N7THW back to 991.
Yeah, okay. Well, I certainly can understand what you're saying, but yeah, we'll more on that later. And I'm impressed actually for a little HT. So we'll have more on that down the road here. Anybody else out there wanting to check in?
Oh, is he on a Gonset?
No, Mike. That's the Quansheng HTs that can be converted to via a firmware update to double sideband.
Oh, okay. I misheard. I thought I heard you say Gonset. You said Quonset there. Very good. Well, for what it is, that's not bad audio.
Yeah, it's actually Quansheng. Quansheng is the yeah, and you know it's less than $30.
Well, I tell you, that demonstration might have been a good sales pitch. I was skeptical, but now that I've heard it, I may pull the trigger on that, meager expense.
Yes, you may have to avoid you may have to eat hot dogs for a week or two, but I think it's worth it. And I think it's an exciting development, and I'm glad I mentioned it last week. And we'll certainly have more to come. And I have a lot more to bring up about it today in the comments section of the net. So yeah, kudos to Steve for being the first one to get that on the air and letting us all hear what is the potential. And I think it's only going to get better. It's a work in progress. K7EME said that. Oh, I'm picking up some power line noise. Must be pretty far away. But that, yeah, somebody's, I haven't heard that before. So I have, but not in this direction. So I must be picking up somebody's fence with the array being rebuilt. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Let's see. I see Mike, KD5NLP, is lurking. Mike, are you, I know you don't often get on, have the radio turned on yet, but let me swing over your way and get you in here. And let's shoot up to the north here and get Gene. Good morning, Gene. N7EJC, are you by the microphone? Okay, nothing heard from either one of those fellows, so we'll get them in here later. Robert, just to clarify, did you copy them?
No, I didn't. I just put them ahead of time if they're logged in. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I have not got them. That's fine. Go ahead and put them on there. We'll. I'm sure they'll show up. I think I missed another chance to get Den in here. I see there's a plane that would have been good about 7 or 8 minutes ago, but yeah, so I'll have to keep a better eye on the radar here.
N7EJC.
Oh, there you are. Let me. Boy, you're loud today. Good morning, Gene.
Morning to you, Doug. Everybody on the net. Yeah, I'm running 300 watts and got the 2-meter LNA and you're coming in at about 30 over. Over.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's I'll take that. Yeah, you're very loud. Now I'm also on my rebuilt new array with the fine-tuned phasing lines. So yeah, that I'm glad to hear you're much stronger here than I've heard you in a long time.
Roger that, Doug. I appreciate the signal report, and I am strong and getting much stronger. So I'm trying to optimize this station. It takes time, but you do a little bit at a time, and then see how it goes. So anyway, I wanted to check in. At 9 o'clock, I'm going to head up to the 440 net, but I'll be here in the meantime. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If you want. Put a timestamp, make a note at 26 minutes, give or take a little bit. If you check into the live stream, you look on YouTube for today's live stream at the 26-minute mark, and you'll hear what you sound like down here. I think you'll be impressed.
Roger that. I'll do it, Doug. Thank you, sir.
You got it. You got it. So you'll be back, though?
What I'll do in 0900, I'll go up, talk to Demo and Jack and those guys for a bit, and that doesn't last too long, and after that, I'll come back to this one. Over.
Oh, yeah. And if we've moved past you by any chance, just make yourself known, and we'll fit you back in the lineup. I'll save a spot for you.
Roger that. Appreciate it, Doug.
Okay, you got it. Anybody else out there?
Away. Who was that?
Yeah, that was Gene. Mike, go ahead, give him a call.
N7EJC, N7EJC, this is WD7R, Whiskey Delta 7 Romeo, WD7R, Delta Mike 33, over.
Yeah, Gene, are you still there, Gene?
I'm here. I'm not talking to my kid in the very beginning a little bit, but he's down in the noise. I'm not sure exactly where he's at. Over.
Okay, go ahead and turn toward. He's in Deer Valley. So a little maybe from me, he's going to be more to the west. You need to move your antenna out that way.
Roger that. Give me a second. Okay, go ahead, Mike. Give it a holler.
Yeah, go ahead and try again there, Mike.
N7EJC, this is Whiskey Delta 7 Romeo, WD7R, Whiskey Delta 7 Romeo, WD7R, Whiskey Delta 7 Romeo, Delta Mike 33, over. Yeah, 5 and 1, 51, 5 and 1, 5 by 1, 5 by 1, Gene.
Copy that, 5 by 1.
Roger, have a good morning. Thanks for the call. 73.
Okay, good contact. Good contact there. Yeah, boy, Gene's antenna certainly is pretty sharp. When he moved off, while you too, Mike, you went way down. Gene just about dropped into nothing from a huge signal. Okay, let's see. Anybody else wanting to check in? All right, I'm going to swing out to the west northwest. Let's see if anybody's out that way. K7EME for the Arizona SWOT net. K7 Echo Mike Echo for the Arizona SWOT net, looking out to the west northwest. Okay, looking due north. K7EME. And we'll check out to the northeast. K7EME for the Arizona SWOT net. And looking to the east, K7EME. And we'll check out to the southeast, K7 Echo Mike Echo for the Arizona SWOT net. Okay, and swinging back toward Phoenix. And Dan, if you're on the live stream, I see there is a potential aircraft about 7-8 minutes out coming from the northwest. So I'll try to send some RF your way here and see if we can connect up again. So I'm just going back and forth with Chuck here. He's not in Tucson today. He flew down and just arrived in Santiago, Chile, to spend a couple of weeks down there on the job on the big telescope, and lots of big things happening there. Anyways, so he's saying hi to everybody. So Steve, N7THW, you by the microphone? All right, this is K7EME for the Arizona SWOT-Net, standing by for early check-ins.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Barry, VE4MA, is listening on the live stream, by the way.
Okay, good morning, Barry. Yeah, I need to add that to my repertoire of folks. I could pull that up so I can watch that comment chat session or section of folks. But good morning, Barry. And yeah, big news with you. So we'll be getting on to that later on here in the comment section. So, and I see just a message to you. Chuck is going to be presenting his 2-meter Yagi project, the Big Monster, at Central States. So I just found that out via text from Chile. So, anyways, there we go. I imagine that's how you'll be at that meeting. And no more Aurora. Did not get any more yesterday, but we'll be monitoring closely and see how that situation is. So there you go. And also, good morning to Bill, KK7 KBO. Oh, or not Bill. I'm sorry. Mike lurking. KK7 KBO. Are you in the area listening on 2 meters? K7EME. I was thinking our friend Bill up in Utah, KL7. Anyway, so there we go. Anybody else wanting to check in? And Steve, I had a question for you a minute ago, but now I forgot what it was. Geez, senior moment. I'll think of it. Oh, did you listen to yourself on the live stream with the Quan Chang?
Negative, Doug. I can't do that with the way you run the live stream. When Chuck does his, I have to kind of wait. Well, I can do it with Chuck's, but not yours.
Okay. Well, it should be on there. Maybe later on you can go back and see and get an idea of what that clipping sort of sounds like with that. But anyway, you just so you understand what it sounds like on the air. Still, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Anyway, I see Emil, W1GGM is online. Emil, you by the microphone?
Yeah, very good. Good morning, Doug. Just powered up here and hearing your QRP signal up here. Moving in as usual. Oh, nothing new and exciting. I was talking to Robert, I guess, Thursday, and
They told me where you guys were planning on going, and I took a look at it on Google Earth. The path may not be too bad from here. It's just, I may actually be just clipping the edge of my roof a little bit, but we'll give it a go. It's not impossible. Of course, there's a mountain in the way, but it's, I don't know, just looking at Google Earth, which doesn't take into account the curvature of the Earth, it's just a straight line. It looks like it's a possible path. So anyways, went up to, we had a metal group meeting yesterday. Had a nice session on MIG welding, and I showed how inept a welder I am. But it's, you can get the hang of it pretty quick, I think. It was pretty interesting, and then also did some plasma cutting. I don't know, I don't really think I need to buy welding equipment, but anyways, it was fun, and this metal group is an interesting bunch of guys, and quite a few hams in the group. So, although it was a small group yesterday, but anyways. So I guess you're getting ready for your big trip. How are things going?
Getting there. I'm pretty much ready on all the stuff. I've got I got that amplifier for 1296 kind of thrown together there, and it's working good. I have got about 100 watts output, and that new different power supply is working much better. Very well regulated. It doesn't even budge at 28 volts when I key up the amplifier. So I'll be having that portable, and good on that pathway. So we need to play with that and maybe find some bounces or something. So like I say, hopefully we'll have phone. If not, I'm pretty sure there's at least text. So going up on Wednesday and probably sometime Thursday. I'll by then I'll have the antennas up and everything. But yeah, solar's ready to rock and roll. I got a new controller that I'm liking a lot better, so I should have plenty of power and 300 plus watts on 2 meters and my electric blanket at night. I mean, life doesn't get any better than that on solar. So while you're camping, anyway, we'll get you back in here after the 432 group. Okay.
Yeah, very good, Doug. I'll check back in. We'll just see how the timing works out and see who's on there this morning. So, anyways, have a good net, and we'll catch you later, and we'll probably talk to you tomorrow morning. K7EME W1GGM.
Okay, sounds good, Emil, and yeah, I'll be on for sure. Let's see. I see Ken W7KZM is online. Ken, good morning.
Good morning. It's Ken, Whiskey 7 Kilo Zulu Mike. Just checking in. Got everything turned on just now. How are you doing?
Doing well. Good signal. Audio sounds terrific, and you're ready to roll. So we've got you on the list as an RF check-in, and you're at what is it, number 20. So you'll be able to stick around, right?
Roger that. Of course, I had my power turned up too high. I was rushing in there. I got it turned down to 18 out of the radio. I had it up at 50, so I hope it didn't burn anything up.
No, it sounds fine. Your audio's actually sounded pretty good. I didn't hear any overdriving, but anyway, so you dodged a bullet there. Anyways, sounds good. Let's see. Also, I see Warren is out there, K7CWA up there in Apache Junction. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay, Doug. This is K7CWA. Well, your weakest one compared, I don't know if it's because of the solar event or what, or maybe you just don't have your beam pointed this direction, but normally you're up past 9 and you're like S3 this morning, so conditions are not the greatest, but I have no problem cropping you at all.
Yeah, the array is pretty tight. With once we got it properly set up and everything, it's definitely a lot sharper than it was before. So if I'm not nudged over toward the east a little bit, you're going to hear me drop off. Anyways, so there we go. Running. Oh well, yeah, just pretty much full power here. So anyway, sorry about whistling into everybody's ear there. K7 CWA, we got you on the list.
Yeah, well, it sounded good up to 7 now. And of course, I always have it, when I just plug it back in, I could be running 200 watts also. But I don't. I find for what I'm doing, the barefoot rig with whatever it runs, 60 watts, 50 watts, I don't know, on 2 meters. Anyhow, it seems to do just fine. So there you go. I'll be here. K7EME, K7CWA will be here.
Okay, excellent. And we got you down. Let's see. I thought that just brought up something I remembered. I was going to ask Robert. Robert, I saw that the BozoNet out in Central California and Southern California, they're now live streaming their net, and I checked in, didn't check in, I listened in to Mike from M Squared, runs the Central California net, and he has it set up on his live stream that you can see his flex screen and whatever else he's got going on his monitor as going in there as well. So I may want to try to do something like that down the road, not right now, but where people can then look at my scope, see how their signals come out, and we have that as sort of a live video as well as the audio stream. And then of course you got all the other stuff, my flight radar and the OBS studio for the live stream, and the Netlogger stuff is all up there as well. But it might be interesting for people to see that as well there, Robert. Can that be somewhat easily figured out?
Yeah, I would think so. Pretty easy. K7EME and 7PD. First of all, I wanted to ask you real quick, KK7KBO, did you try to get him checked in? He's in Surprise.
Okay, I did call him, and I did not hear anything back. Mike there, KK7KBO, do you copy? Over, over. Robert, excuse me, would you give him a call?
I'll have to turn the antenna around. Anyway, let me do that in a second then. Let's see. Okay, so really what you're talking about is super easy, because that's how all of the gamer live streamers and those influencer guys do it, and the guys on the YouTube videos. That's how they set it up. You just need to either feed a camera feed or feed the. I would think that you could probably do it from your screen. I'm trying to think. You have an HDMI output on the back of the Flex, Roger?
I believe so. Yeah. There's an HDMI. I think I'm using that though for the computer. I don't know, the Flex screen.
No, you're not. That computer should have it by itself. The back of the Flex has an HDMI output. Anyway, we'll just have to figure out how to feed that back into your computer as an HDMI input or a analog input. Don't know. Anyway, shouldn't be a big problem. You're going to be turned into quite the streamer there. Over.
Yeah. Well. Anything to make it a little bit less, rather than just have that screenshot of whatever is on there. I forgot now, the sunset in Picture Rocks or whatever I have on there. Anyway, that sounds good. We'll talk about it while we're up camping.
Okay, no problem. Turn the antenna around and we'll see if we can get Mike in there. net, over. KK7KBO, N7VD, any copy, over. Okay, nothing heard there, Doug. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. All right. And with all of that, I missed the plane over to Den. Dang it. Yeah, multitasking. I got to work on that too. Anyways, okay, no problem. K7EME, presently aimed toward Phoenix. Anybody else wanting to check in? Let me try out to the northwest again, northwest, K7EME for the Arizona SWOT net. Anybody out there? QRZ, I heard somebody in there weekly. Okay, boy, I hear somebody in there. Let me put my headphones on and try this again here. Hold on.
Kilo Bravo Oscar, Kilo Bravo Oscar, Kilo 7, Kilo Bravo Oscar.
Yeah, it's KK7KBO. Mike, good job. N7 Victor Delta got you on the net there. You gonna be able to stick around? Go ahead and try it there, Doug.
Yeah, KK7KBO. Mike, I've got very light copy on you. I'm trying to get a beam heading on you. Please try again. Over.
Hello, Max Tower. This is KK7KBO, Northwest Surprise, Kilo 7, Kilo Bravo Oscar.
Okay, I've got you now. Good copy. I'll write that azimuth down. KK7KBO, we got you in here from down to Tucson there, Mike, over. Okay, Roger, we've got you on the list. And Jerry, since you've got a little better copy on him, can you see if he's going to be able to stick around?
Roger. KK7KBO, W5RCQ, relaying, net control. Doug wants to know if you're going to stick around or if you're one and done. Go ahead. Roger, KK7KBO. He says he's one and done, and thanks for joining the group.
All right. Well, Mike, if you're copying me, good job making it down to Tucson here. So thank you for checking in. And 7-3s. We'll maybe catch you again next week. All right, I'm glad I swung out that way. Let me go the other direction here, and let's head over toward Catalina and get Mike, ND7E. Go ahead, Mike.
Good morning, Doug. And woke up a bit late, but I'm alive and kicking on this side of the grass. So I'll throw back to you, Doug.
Okay, no problem. Got you loud and clear once I got the noise blanker turned off. So good signal, and we got you down on the list. And good morning to Richard down there on the border, KF7TXE. I see you're monitoring online, so welcome this morning. And we're going to go a little further here, look to the northeast, K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Anybody up that way? And we'll check over towards the east and the southeast, K7EME. Anybody out that way? And I'm going to pause on Dan. There's a plane not in a good spot, but maybe about a third of the way from me toward you there, Dan. Do you copy by any chance? W7KMV. Nothing heard. Not very many planes this morning, but at least we got you in here early on. So anyway, let me swing back toward Phoenix.
ZYP.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, can I call Robert real quick?
Absolutely.
N7VD, K7ZYP. Got a couple of quick questions about Netlogger for you.
Okay, Al, let me get the antenna around.
All right, standing by.
I can hear you fine on the loop. Anyway, go ahead, N7VD.
Okay, first off, does AZSWOT, where it says net, AZSWOT or AZ-SWOT, does that have to be in caps?
No, it doesn't. It's just basically the profile that we've created for that. It should be there already.
Okay, yeah, mine was in lowercase, but I'll change it. And also, when I first come up, there's a window on that little box there that has, all the parameters for the net in it, and it says server. So I checked that, and mine's just Netlogger, and then there's also Netlogger 2, Netlogger 3. Which one are you using?
It's always usually the very first one. What those are multiple servers to handle high traffic, and this time of morning we don't have that many, so it always usually defaults to the first one. One thing I will ask you though is across the top it says Netlogger mode logging, and then net is AZ-SWOT, and then the next one it says profile. What does that one say in there, over?
Same as yours.
Okay, mine is miscellaneous in brackets, AZ-SWOT.
No, yours is 3905 CCN.
Okay, see, it's got a different profile. It's not pulling up the AZ-SWOT profile, over.
Okay, tell me what the profile is again. I'll write it down, and then I'll change it.
Okay, it's brackets, like left bracket, capital MISC, that's Mike, India, Sierra, Charlie, and then right bracket, space, capital A, capital Z, dash, capital S, capital W, capital O, capital T, over.
Okay, so I've got capital miscellaneous and MISC anyway, in brackets, and then after that it's capital AZ SWOT, right?
Correct, AZ-SWOT.
Okay, I'm gonna go change that real quick, and I'll bring up a test one. We'll see what it does. Okay, thanks, Robert. K7ZYP.
Roger, roger. N7VD.
N7THW.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, Al, I went ahead and I emailed you that in case the whole top line, just in case you didn't copy that down correct, you can see it too. So whatever. As a backup, check your email if you can't get it.
Okay, thanks, Steve. K7ZYP, back to net.
N17 back to net.
Yeah, okay. Good deal, guys. Important stuff because, Al, you're going to have your hands full next week with Netlogger and the net control duties combined. So that's I know that's a handful. I wish we had some more folks that. Unfortunately, it just we're all going to be out of sort of well, with us all being camping, it's going to be a little bit tough for you next week. I'll try to help out as much as I can. From up on the rim. Who knows? I may have a good signal, and I certainly have more power. So maybe I can help. But of course, I'm in the opposite direction of where everybody's going to have their antennas pointed. So, but I'll definitely see what I can do. At least you and I'll have a good link up.
Yeah. Assume you're going to use an extra strong table to set things on.
Yes, I have a new table actually because the other one got my old camping setup is a perfect little table. It's now my mini workstation for soldering and test equipment and stuff here in the shack. So I didn't realize I'd done that until I went to get the table and back it up.
ZYP.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, Roger. Just want to let you know it's not letting me change that from that 3905 stuff. Anyway, we can talk about this later. But I just thought you need to get back on the net there, Doug. I won't hold you up. K7ZYP. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. This is important stuff. Let me pause, though, to just quickly see if there's anybody else out there. K7EME looking toward Phoenix for the Arizona SWOT net.
Whiskey 7, Whiskey Hotel Bravo.
Yeah, I think I heard Serge in there, too, Steve. Stand by. KT6KT, go ahead, Serge.
Morning, Doug. K7EME from KT6KT. S2 to 3. Happy Mother's Day. Good morning. K7EME from KT6KT, DM26.
Okay, absolute beautiful copy. You're an S6. Thanks for the report up there, and didn't miss a word you said. Boy, I like this new array. Back to you, Serge. Yeah, hey, did you get any Aurora contacts? Were you able to make any Aurora contacts on Friday? Hey, drop down. Okay. Thanks, Serge. 7-3s. All right. So we got our friend Serge in here. And so, Steve, W7WHB, good morning.
Good morning. I'm a little late, but I'm here.
All right. Better late than never.
Yeah, we're prying the eyelids open, and we will be here for the duration, I reckon.
All right. Well, get them pried open, and you got a while. You can wake up and let the world come into focus. There, you got some time. Let's see here. And anybody else out there?
WX7G.
Oh, wow. Gilbert woke up this morning, finally all at once. WX7G, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Just a little bit late getting home, and
Don't have my heavy dues all done yet. I was going to stop by and pick up some flowers, but I forgot about it, drove right past, and got here and got checked in. So I'm going to have to take care of that once the net's done. Over.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's definitely Mother's Day, and a reminder to everybody out there who forgot to get flowers. You better put YouTube on your phone and listen to the net and go run and grab some flowers. Sounds good. All right, Jim, we got you on the list.
All right, thank you.
K7SWK.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, Doug, maybe you can help me too. I'm trying to live stream, and for some reason, I'm going into AZSWOT Sunday K7EME, and then I push the live button, and then I get somebody that's explaining how to use the system.
Okay. When you do your search, AZ space SWOT space Sunday, and then put the date in type in May 12th, and maybe that'll help.
Okay, real good. I didn't put a space there. I did it all one line.
Okay, there you go. And then also on Netlogger, Steve's been posting the actual link up to it.
Very good, thank you. K7SWK.
Yeah, okay, no problem. And yeah, when you get on later on, if you want to hear how Serge from Las Vegas sounds here at the station, look at about a couple minutes past 1 hour on it, and you guys will get a good. That was a good path we had there. Anyways. So, Robert, I'm going to run and refresh the water, and I will be back shortly here to get things rolling.
Roger, roger. This is November 7th, Victor Delta, looking for additional check-ins for the Arizona SWOT net. Please call now.
Robert, this is Mike,
Well, hello, Mike. Sounding good there. KD5NLP, we already have you checked in at number 17 there, over. Oh, doing great, Mike. Thanks. Usually I see you log into Netlogger, but then usually you'll get back in later. So I just put you and N7EJC in at the same time. I figured you'd come back, so very good. And we'll get to you when the rotation comes around. Roger?
Roger, Robert. We will talk to KD5NLP.
Okay, I see Lee's out there. Let me turn the beam around, and we'll see if we can get him in here just a second. All right, WJ0F, November 7, Victor Delta for the Arizona SWOT net, over. WJ0F, November 7, Victor Delta. Any copy there, Lee, over?
I just jumped back in here. Lee, WJ0F, are you listening?
Yes, I am, Doug. Apologies for last week. I discovered the cat can unplug the power supply, over.
Okay. Wow, geez, you have a mischievous cat.
Yeah, she stepped on the cord, on the Astron. It plugged into a socket. I didn't think it could come loose that way. I was troubleshooting it, thought it was a fuse or something, and look at that, it's loose. Yeah, she stepped on a power strip and turned that off. And changes channels. She doesn't like what we watch on the tube either, over.
Oh man, what a critic. Geez. Okay. Well, I wondered what happened to you last week, and yeah, I thought, gosh, I hope something else didn't happen to that M squared up there.
No, there's still half of it. I finally got M squared to get back to me. I have the pieces ordered. It's 2 weeks out. We'll see. Maybe by the contest, I'll have it all put back together. Give people some DM45.
Oh yeah, you'll be a popular guy. Okay, well, sounds good. And are you going to stick around?
I'll try to get back in here later. I got a breakfast made for the wife and stuff, but hopefully I'll be back. It's a long list. I'll be back before we get to the WJHOF.
Okay, sounds good. And with that, we are at the bottom of the half hour here, and so we'll get things rolling. So appreciate everybody who's checked in so far, and well, happy Mother's Day to you all. So welcome to the Arizona Sidewinders on 2Net, a member of the National Organization of SWOT Nets. This net is open to any amateurs who have an interest in weak signal modes, primarily SSB, on the VHF and higher bands. Early check-ins start around 1430 Zulu, with the net beginning at 1530. I am Doug, K7EME, located near Tucson in Delta Mike 42, running full legal limit to a pair of 19-element phased Yagis covering into the surrounding states and even down into northern Mexico. We're live streaming on YouTube. Keywords are AZ space SWOT, SWOT space Sunday, and K7EME, or sometimes Chuck, NJ6D. And you sometimes, if you have trouble with that, you can type in today's date, and that'll get you not hooked up with one of the archived ones. This live audio feed should help you hear DX and weaker stations. And we're also on Netlogger with the live check-in list to send messages. Our website is az-swot.net. And a big thank you to Robert, November 7 Victor Delta, who designed that site and is also running Netlogger today. I'm now going to point around the compass here, and we'll see if we can get any further check-ins, although I think we probably got most everybody on board. Let's start with going out to the west, northwest, and K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Anybody out that way? And we'll swing back to the north where I was at, K7EME. Anybody else up that way?
AI1K, just in and out. Good morning, Doug.
Oh, good morning, Jack. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, very good. Just want to say hello to everybody on the net. We'll be here for about 15 minutes, and I got to scoot up to 432.
Okay, sounds good. And look for us up on the rim after Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through the weekend. We'll be around on 200 and 432, 100 and 1296.
Okay, we will be looking.
Okay, sounds good, Jack. Catch you later. Let's see. We'll head on further to the northeast and see if we can stir up anybody up that way. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. And let's take a look out toward the east, K7EME. And coming up on the southeast, K7 Echo, Mike Echo for the Arizona SWOTnet. All right, give me a moment while I bring things back toward Phoenix. Okay, lots of noise at the moment up toward Phoenix here. Anyway, lots of stuff to talk about this morning. And I've got more notes on my comment section than I've ever had here for the net. Crazy, crazy things. First off, I want to congratulate our friend Barry VE4MA, who's listening on the live stream up there in Canada now. Barry was able to make his third initial contact. In other words, the third different station he's worked on, 47 gigahertz EME. And that is an incredibly tough band to work on. And to do EME at that extreme microwave frequency has rarely been done. In fact, Barry, 20 years or so ago, he and W5LUA, who I've also met, made the very first worldwide contact on 47 gigahertz about 20 some years ago. Barry's running 30 to 40 megawatt ERP, effective radiated power, to attain this, and it was with a station in Germany. The beam width, if you think, if I think I've got a sharp beam width on this array that I've got, it's nothing. I think he, in his email, Barry said it's about just over 1/10 of a degree of beam width. And so he's not looking at the moon. He's looking at a very small portion of the moon with that dish. Insane pointing requirements to be able to get that done. And extremely expensive. You don't go out and buy the gear to do this. It takes something quite special to be able to get that accomplished. So, homebrew is a big. It's everything has got to be homebrew at that level. So it's quite an accomplishment, and congratulations, Barry. That is really something. Anyways, the other big news of the week is Aurora, and you've all been seeing the pictures that have been out there. A lot of them from southern Arizona and Arizona in general, of the tremendous aurora that we had, the gorgeous magenta pink pictures of it. To actually see it this far south, you guys know how rare that is. And, when I was a kid up in Washington State, it was cloudy all the time. You couldn't see the aurora. Never saw it up there, in the Seattle area. But down here to see it in Arizona, unbelievably rare. And more rare is 2-meter contacts via aurora. So it's hard to describe how, if you can imagine as hoarse as you've ever been and whispering, that's what the side band signals sound like. Takes a little bit of a concentration to be able to tell what is going on, but you can make some long haul QSOs, and I did. Chuck called me up and told me about it. Good old astronomer Chuck, being on top of things, he said, there's aurora on 2 meters. He worked a guy on CW up in Colorado, so I jumped on and worked that guy and proceeded to make 2 more single sideband contacts with a guy up by Salt Lake City and another one, K7ULS, who's a big-time, very active EMEer and weak signal work fella up there. Lives near a ski resort in far northern Utah, and got him on sideband. So it's something that if you are looking for reports of it, any of you were able to make contacts during this event, tried to spread the word as much as we could, and also operate at the same time. So that was really fun, and managed to have just a very memorable. I'll never forget it. Anyways, Chuck, speaking of Chuck, has been invited to present his his mega 50-foot long boom 24 element antenna for 2 meters at the Central States VHF meeting this July. So that's pretty good honor for Chuck there to be able to participate in that. So congratulations to Chuck on that. And let's see. Chuck also he just texted me. He worked a couple of more stations on too. I believe that was on. He doesn't remember the calls, but he got Wyoming and South Dakota. I think Chuck was doing Q65 mode, submode C, 30-second with that. So that's the mode that he was running on digital. So a lot of really awesome 2-meter contacts there. On the Quansheng issue, not issue, but remember we talked about it last week on the beginning of the net. I have learned more about that. It's the little handheld that can be flashed with new firmware, and it will do double sideband on 2 and 70 centimeters. And we got a demonstration from Steve N7THW about that. There's a couple of software different hacks, if you want to call them that. There's Exumer, that's EXZUMER, and IJV initials. They're software developed in Italy by a ham over there to be able to allow this to happen. The rig is not made for double sideband. The amplifier in it is what we call a Class C. If you remember back to your training to get your licenses, it's not an AB1 amplifier, and as such, it's not really suited very well for double sideband transmissions. However, as many people are hacking these little devices, and as cheap as they are, you can't really, go wrong. If you have to throw it away, it's only $26 or whatever. I would imagine somewhere out there, someone is going to get into this thing and be able to maybe nudge the biasing on that to get it so that it sounds a little better on double sideband. It certainly is communication quality. You can communicate with it, and my idea with that was to have an inexpensive handheld that we could use at ham-fests, to communicate amongst ourselves and give updates. Hey, I found some microwave switches over on aisle 3, that sort of thing. Or I found a Gonset Sidewinder SSB radio. Doug, I know you're looking for one of those. It's over here. So anyway, that sort of thing. And avoid the FM crowded, conversations that everybody's having on FM simplex. So I thought that for the price, it's well worth investigating. So more to come. I ordered one. I have it. My little programming cable didn't work. It's not prolific. So I ordered another one, and hopefully that will work. And I will give you guys updates as we learn more about this device. So the bottom line is, if you get one, I would use the IJV firmware. Get it. That's all you need. You don't need that extra board. That's only for HF wideband receive. It will also transmit wideband if you open it up on HF, but don't do it. There are no bandpass filters. You're going to create garbage all over the place, and whatever output you do have, which is probably 100 milliwatts or less, you're going to be very dirty with that. And there's guys that are using these on CB, and they're splattering stuff all over the airband. and that's critical infrastructure for aircraft communications, and you do not want to be doing that. So whatever you do, don't be careful with that. There are bandpass filters for 2 and 70 centimeters, and so that's why we could use them on SSB, and they'll run about 5 watts. So with that, Al is going to be running the net next week, Netlogger and Net Control both. Bear with him; he's going to have his hands busy, hands full. And I'll try Robert and I and Jason, KK7KNZ, who just upgraded to Extra, will be up on the rim. We'll be checking in, and we'll catch you guys next week from up there. I will have 15 elements and about 300 or more watts here, so hopefully some of you guys can hear us from up there. With that, I need to take a break just from getting all that out there. Anyways, Robert, you take it away, and let's get things rolling. Over to you.
Okay, very good. Anyway, K7EME and the SWOT net, November 7 Victor Delta. This is Robert over here in Northeast Mesa. SWOT number 3051. Good deal on all that. As far as what's been going on here, it was a very busy week for me. Unfortunately, not ham radio related. Doing a lot of stuff with my dad, doctor's appointments, and computer issues, and setting up new logins, transferring financial stuff, and just on and on and on. Anyway, just a lot of other things going on. So anyway, we started getting on the trailer this past week and discovered that the heat had gotten to the spare tire, so I had to run out on Wednesday and get a new spare tire. They had to order it, so I picked up yesterday, or on Friday, and got it remounted, double checked the tires underneath, and it just the heat in the tire was exposed because it was setting out. But I have tire covers on the rest of them, so they're still good. And so a few more things to do this today after the net, and we should be good to go. Great pictures on all the Aurora stuff. I looked out, but I was beaten. I just went to bed. Anyway, should have probably stayed up and tried to look for it, but oh well. Anyway, let's see, what else? Good deal on all the Aurora contacts. Again, I didn't attempt to do any of it. Probably should have, but just a lot of other things going on. Ed wasn't into it. Sorry, guys. So, let's get back to net. K7EME and 780.
Yeah, you've had a lot on your hands there, so understandably so. It just was quite an experience for us guys down south here to be able to do that. That was an awful lot of fun. Anyways, great on the spare tire. Yeah, you don't want to be out there without a spare tire. That's for sure. Let's see. Let's get over to Al next. And Al, are you take your vitamins and get ready for next week on as net control there. Go ahead, Al.
K7EME, K7ZYP. Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out how to do the live stream too. No, I'm not gonna attempt it. But yeah, I should be okay. I'm still having trouble with Netlogger. I can't get rid of that 3905 CCN profile up there. It won't let me change that. I've tried several times. And anyway, we'll see what we can do about that. I can do Netlogger. I can get the call signs up there and stuff, but I'll need to either manually propagate the fields or something. Anyway, or we can just go without or I can figure it out. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. Yeah, I will be here. Steve's going to be up at his cabin in Lakeside, and I'm looking forward to it. Everybody's leaving. My wife's going to San Diego tomorrow.
The state's going up to the mountains. You guys are going up on the rim. Guess what? I have to stay here and watch the kitty cat. So that's the way my week's shaping up. But that's okay. At least I won't be out in the heat. So yes, I did hear some Aurora stuff on the radio, but I was more interested in seeing it, so I tried to go out to find places to look for it, but I guess my timing was all wrong. I gave up too early, that sort of thing. Anyway, there's always tonight and tomorrow night and the next night. Yeah, it's going to be happening for several more nights here, so you guys might be really lucky when you get up on the rim there. You might, I don't know, it's kind of pushing it out to the limit there, but you might catch the last couple of evenings of it. So anyway, with that, I'll go ahead and say 7-3. I'll kick it back to you there, Doug. K7EME, K7. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. K7EME, K7ZYP.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And yeah, I think, Chuck was running 10-second exposures, if I'm not mistaken. So there, it was fairly low light. I know Jasper, K7PHI, has sent me a whole bunch of pictures that she got up there. And they were actually in a really, really dark spot, and they even saw it kind of overhead as well. But they were out in the middle of nowhere, and were able to experience that. But a lot of great pictures, and some that also had the faint stars in the background as well. I hadn't seen anybody with a picture like that either. So. Anyway, Jasper's always out there grabbing pictures, and Steve, his son, took so those pictures that you forwarded to me, and gosh, those were just stunning, beautiful pictures. So really a cool experience all the way around. Speaking of Steve, let's get you next. N7THW, go ahead. You're headed up to the north. We'll try to get you. Of course, I'll try to work you direct up there from the rim, but I'll be interested to see how the new antenna setup here will work up toward Delta Mike 54. Go ahead, Steve.
Good morning, K7EME in the SWOT group, N7THW, Steve in East Mesa. Well, yesterday had a really good experience. We went down to Casa Grande for 4-5 hours, went to the Angry Crab restaurant for Mother's Day, and did some other things down there, and got to play with the grandkids. Always a lot of fun. So yeah, you're right. I'm packing up today. It'll look like the I don't know, Ma and Pa Kettle going up there. When I start packing up to move up there, even though this isn't a permanent move, just sort of temporary till we get to the end of the month. But my truck will look pretty silly with all the stuff I have on it. But anyway, be down here for the last week of May for the final doctor's appointment. So yeah, you already talked about my clang chang ding dang HT thing. That was kind of fun. I'll tell you one thing though. It may not sound very good on the transmit, but I tell you what, on the receive, that thing is crystal clear on receiving sideband. So that's really interesting. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to, getting it improved too. So, and I can't wait till the live stream's over today and I can listen to see what it sounds. And maybe I want to throw it in the trash can. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, other radio stuff. I finally found a old Simpson 555 tube tester. It was kind of sad shape. It had a lot of sun on it. The power cords and the other external wires were breaking off like uncooked spaghetti pasta. I fixed all that, and the dang thing works, and found out I had a regulator tube that was out of the Gonset and that was making a little bit of havoc. So that should be the final thing. It's coming in Monday, but probably won't be here to get it. It'll be on hold at the mail. So I think it just got a nice
schematic and manual for the Clegg 22er, so still playing with the old boat anchors. Anyway, the only final thing I want to say is if you're lucky enough to have your mother still alive there, make sure you wish her a happy Mother's Day, and if you're not, don't have one, cherish your memories there you had with her. So I'll say all for now. K7EME in the group. Ben7THW, back to net. 7-3.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, you bet. Echo those comments. Yeah, don't throw it away, man. Don't throw it away. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to tweak that amplifier, and if not, I'm going to buy another one and play with it with a different firmware on it. But I'm also going to take that thing apart and try to identify the final device in it. It should be fairly easy to see. And then if we look that up online and get the data sheet on it, you can maybe find out what the Class C bias is and maybe change that out. It probably shouldn't, quote unquote, be too hard to do that. The other thing is that I would mention is that for anybody who does CW, Class C is perfect. So as a CW rig, and it will do that mode as well, and you want to do a SOTA activation or just mountain topping, you got 5 watts, you put an external antenna, hook a Yagi up to it, a small 2-3 element Yagi, and do some CW. And with 5 watts, you're going to make some contacts. So and it sounds like the receiver works awfully good. So that's there's even some software that has a keyer program built into it too. So you can add that. So stand by for more fun stuff with that. Anyways, we had Dan W7KMV via a nice air scatter contact. So we got him in here. And next is N6CAZ. Jim, are you back from your dog walk?
Yes, I'm back. We actually wound up going to the park, got a little time in there, so they're happy and hopefully content for a good part of the day. Anyway, yeah, we're in here, and gosh, I had a crazy day yesterday just cleaning the darn house. I mean, it's as boring as it seems, but when you got 2 dogs that are, shedding and I just, with all the other things going on, I just have not kept up on things, and I just had to kind of do a deep clean on the house. Still didn't get through all of it, but I got the major living areas done, and a couple of rooms I don't have to worry about because they're closed off most of the time. But oh my gosh, yeah, it was incredible the amount of projects that it leads to as well. I find stuff that I need to put away, and had a vacuum cleaner project. I had one from a friend of mine. I wound up swapping it with one I picked up at the thrift store because it's the same model, and I got it for like $12. But his cat had chewed the cord, and I was always worried using it that I was going to electrocute myself, so I decided I'd swap it out. But oh my gosh, one thing led to another on all that stuff. I'm currently waiting on some Amazon stuff to finish the car stereo upgrade on my new vehicle. I did have intents to go out and try and start on mounting a radio, but have not gotten that far yet. Maybe this morning. We'll see how it goes. But the big thing is I've got a lot of the radio area and stuff in the house cleaned up a little bit, projects all sorted out. I've got a microphone cord for a radio I was trying to sell at the swap meet last weekend that I'll be able to finally swap the cord out and sell it as a working radio, maybe get a little more for it in the future. But, oh my gosh, yeah. So I hear lots of antenna talk. I hear lots of Aurora talk. The band looked really weird the other night. I think it was Friday night, looking at 6 meters on the GX maps. And all the signals, normally you see like a patch of them back east or it'll start to come west. And instead, there were all these north-south. There was someone in like New England area had worked Washington State, and it went, at least the path it was showing was like going across Canada. I mean, just stuff you don't see very often on 6 meters like that, for something to go across the continent or across the U.S. like that. and a lot of north-south stuff, a lot of random, just no cluster of, this is obviously a hotspot kind of thing. It was pretty much the whole country, but just random contacts, and they were showing up as Tropho and all kinds of stuff. It was kind of interesting to look at. But my friend was saying, I forgot that when there's a CME, it basically wipes out the band. Well, that's true. It does blanket everything for a little while, but then on the upper bands, all that weird stuff starts happening. So, but anyway, didn't catch any of the aurora, any of that good stuff. But boy, it was nice outside last night. I did fired up the barbecue and just got to, once the sun's down, it cools off. It's just that nice time of year where it still cools off outside. So, kind of enjoying that. Anyway, not a lot else going on over here. Lots of projects still stacked up, but at least they're at a point where I can pull one out and not have 50 different parts all mixed in. So hopefully it'll lead to some stuff getting finalized for a change. So anyway, that's about all I got. I'll turn it back to you there, Doug, and good night, everybody. Good hearing everybody in there this morning. N60AZ.
Okay, Jim. Very good. And yeah, your comments on 6 meters. I mean, of course, the Aurora is big on 6 as well, and it's interesting that you do see. Of course, the Aurora comes from the north, so basically that happens. You just aim to the north, and especially here as we're on the edge of it down south. And that's pretty much all I had to do. I noticed the beam headings were a little vague as well. I mean, you could peek up on signals, but it seemed to be more vague than if it was tropo or sporadic E. So I did notice that about the propagation, at least on 2 meters. Anyway, exciting stuff. We got Jerry, and we'll get our solar report, and I'm sure you got a lot to say about what's going on with the sun. So let's lay it on us there, Jerry. W5RCQ, go ahead.
Good morning, Doug. K7EME and the group, W5RCQ, Jerry in Sun City, SWOT number 3662. Well, the sun has been historic the last day or two, and it's not over yet, apparently. The number of groups right now is 8, and the sunspot number is 148. The 10.7 centimeter number is 214. And neither one of those are spectacular, but good numbers. However, the aurora has been absolutely spectacular. It's been seen in the Florida Keys. Aurora was visualized in Puerto Rico for the first time since the 1989-1921 year. So they're saying it is the greatest aurora display in 500 years. And apparently there's more on the way. We are still under a severe alert. There is a couple of more globs on their way. Who knows how much they will affect us, whether they even hit us or not, we're not sure. But it's looking good for more, and I would suggest when you're not using your equipment, disconnect sensitive receivers and transistorized stuff from antennas. Who knows how much juice will be coming down your coax when some of this stuff hits. But anyway, it's been absolutely spectacular, and I didn't see a darn thing. I went out and looked a few times, but with the light pollution here in Sun City, I didn't see anything. However, back in the 60s when I lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I did get to see some aurora. It looked just about like the pictures that Steve's son turned in. Nice, bright red aurora and even a little bit of green tinges back in the 60s in Tulsa. And back in those days, we were working 6-meter AM, and it was almost impossible through the gargly sound to make out AM signals, but it was fun to play. So I wish I had gotten the car and drove towards Payson. Got some of the photographs. Steve's son's photographs are absolutely spectacular. So if you want to see what aurora looks like in Arizona, there's a really good example. And I'm playing with my Tucson, whatever, I've got my programming cable working. I have downloaded from it. I have uploaded some stuff to it. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing, but so far I haven't bricked it, so I guess that's a good thing. So I'm going to consult with Steve, who is now the qualified expert in the group, and see if I can do a little bit better on it. I really appreciate him sending me a bunch of information, and I'm really looking forward to working sideband on 2 meters. I am not going to attempt the mod where they put in the little extra receive chip. The resistors that come in that kit, I can't even see them, let alone solder them. So any attempt that I would have to try to do that would be a waste of time. And I really don't care about all of those frequencies anyway. The 2 meter and 440 frequencies are plenty for me, so I will be happy with it. Anyway, with that, good net, and looking forward to working everybody when they're out of town. And I'm going to be swinging the beam around to the north and so forth. So, back to net control, K7EME, W5RCQ.
Okay, Jerry, thanks for that, all the information on the sun and everything going on, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting down the road. We'll look forward to some more reports from you, about all the stuff that's going on with the sun. And yeah, good luck with the Quanchang. It's going to be interesting to see how that all rolls out. Let's see, John, WB7DYU is next. John, how are you doing up there?
K7EME, and this is SWOT number 3728. I'm doing fine, still gathering for my expedition to the mountaintop. Also next week I'm going to Dayton for a quick up on Friday and back on Sunday. But hope to see lots of things, new things on Saturday when I'm there. Haven't got much else to report. Funny how this Aurora is affecting everything, but I'm glad Jerry gave some information on disconnecting the unit, since I had forgotten all about that. So nothing much else to say, Doug. K7EME, this is WB7BYU.
Okay, John. Yeah, you just with the modern electronics and how sensitive some of these receiver front ends particularly are, it's probably not a bad idea to keep things disconnected. And I certainly did do that, when I wasn't in here. I don't know how much warning you would have, for a major event. I understand that some of the satellites that are at what they call the Lagrange point, which is about 1 million miles from Earth, will pick up, and there should be a 30 to 40 minute warning, which isn't much, but if some event were to occur, where we'd really have to be careful about that, it would at least get some warning, especially the grid operators would have a little bit of a heads up as well. And I know that the NOAA administration did alert them when all this was going down on Friday. They did do an alert for grid operators, electrical grid operators. Anyway, good idea. Just like monsoon season, disconnect. Anyways, Dave, K7SWK, over to you. How you doing up there?
Hello, Doug, and the rest of the net. This is Dave, K7SWK in Northeast Phoenix. And I'm doing well. I've spent retirement's getting better and better. I'm about a couple of days from signing the final papers and being done. So that is a good thing. thank you, Steve, for those pictures of the aurora from Payson. Those were fantastic pictures. I wish I went up to my property because I have a cabin that's up in the Northeast Plateau. And I'm sure that if I had been there, it would have given me a tremendous view of the aurora because that sky is incredibly clear up there. But anyways, I did some research on, as we talked a couple of weeks ago about some batteries for my Go kit and stuff like that. We were talking about lithium-ion batteries and did some research, and I bought one small one to do my radio stuff with, but then I actually talked to a supplier here in the last 10 days or something like that about changing the batteries on my cabin because the L16s are a lead-acid battery. I require 4 of them, and they weigh about 145 pounds apiece. And in talking to this solar guru, he told me that a 3,000-watt lithium-ion battery would take the place of those 4 L16s. So, and that would weigh about 65 pounds for that battery. So it didn't take me too long to figure out that that might be the way I want to go. And in purchasing that battery, I decided that there was another kit that they had there where they did the 3,000 watt or 3 kilowatt batteries, and they had a kit with 2 25 or 2.5 kilowatt batteries in that kit, and put the math to that and said, geez, these things would be like 80% better, almost 2 times what I've got. And so that was a no-brainer. So that's what I bought, and they're going to be here sometime today between 10 and 2 o'clock. And looking forward to going up to the cabin and putting those in and taking those nasty L16s out that I've had to baby and pamper and stuff for so many years. So anyways, I should have a real good system up there, and all I have to do is add a little bit of solar to it, and once I add a little bit more back charging for the daytime on it, and I do have a wind generator that I haven't put online yet. I'm going to also put that in. And when I get that in the solar, then I should be able to take things like a conventional refrigerator and take up to the cabin and plug it in, and it should do quite well. So anyway, it's just going to get me through those days when the sun doesn't shine for 3 days, and usually when up there when the sun doesn't shine, the wind's blowing. So having the wind generator also helps. Anyways, that's what's been going on in my life, and I hope you guys are all doing well. It's obviously 73s, and take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you when we can. K7SWK back to net.
Okay, very good, Dave. Yeah, the lithium iron phosphate battery coming on the market has just been tremendously great for me. With back problems, yeah, they weigh so much less. It's incredible. For my camping setup, I'll have just under 3.9 kilowatts of reserve, of which 95% of that is available with those lithium batteries, and so that'll that'll be enough of a reserve for me. And the the 3 of them weigh 72 pounds. So it's 3 different batteries, 24 pounds apiece. Not an issue, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing how everything performs this time around. I haven't had that many batteries portable before, so we'll see. Anyways, W7ADF, you're next. Jim, how's things going up there with your dipole work for field day?
Good morning, Doug, in the group, W7ADF here, Northeast Scottsdale, Rio Verde Foothills. Yeah, it's going well, actually. I worked a little bit more on that bandpass filter that Mikey and I got. and mine is on 20 meters, and when I first put it together, it was kind of resonant around the 17 megahertz range. So I added some more wire around the toroids, and I got it centered on the mid band there of 20 meters, and I got the lowest SWR is about 1.5. So I still got to work on that a little bit today, but it's going in the right direction. So I'm kind of pleased with that. I was monitoring 6 meters yesterday on FT8 for most of the day, and needless to say, I didn't do too well on that. I got a couple local stations here, but that was about it. So anyway, the Aurora wasn't helping me in the right direction there. So yeah, all good on that. I second those lithium iron phosphate batteries. I've got 300 watt ones or 300 amp ones here in the shack, and I run my radios off that. So they really do well. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Doug, and W7ADF.
Yeah, very good. Well, yeah, that's another advantage when you run your station off of those batteries. You don't need a 12-volt power supply. I've gotten rid of all my most of my Astrons. I keep one for just a backup, but heck, you don't need them. They're you just got the batteries right there. They're so reliable. So you know, pure DC without any noise. That's the best way to run them. Let's see. Next on the list is Dave, K7LOL. Go ahead, Dave. How are you doing up there?
Good morning, Doug. Good morning, everybody. We're screening here in Meteorology Team. Don't really have a whole lot this morning, but I would be thrilled to see some of the photos that you guys are talking about. If somebody could post or link up on the chat, a little game window or something like that, that would be much appreciated. I taking a job, managed to get myself set up with the Slack chat finally. Thanks, Doug. Apparently the original email that Jay sent me just disappeared into the ether. So I did follow up with him and got that taken care of. So good to go there. And I made a contact yesterday with W7R. It took an hour to make the contact because we were in the middle of Mother's Day celebration. I had to kind of duck in and out. Back to you, Doug. W7EME from K7EME.
Okay, very good, Dave. And sounds like you've been making some progress up there, and very good on all of that. Maybe Steve, if are you good in QRZ?
Yep.
Okay, well, Steve, maybe you could forward those pictures that your son took over to Dave of the. I don't know if you heard what he was saying, but he'd like to see some pictures of the Aurora, and can't think of any better looking ones than what that is. So Dave, K7LOL, he says he's good in QRZ if you're not copying him there. Anyways, let's see. We had Andy, K7AMB, who's was nice enough to check in. He's one of the guys that helps do the IT work on the AZVHF site. And I'm glad he a new grandpa, so he had to let us know about that. And so that gets us, let's switch down to Tucson and cross the mountain way to Mike, KD7UUN. So Mike, it's all yours.
Hey, Doug. Good morning, KD7UUN. Well, interesting talk to you about the Aurora. I would have certainly liked to see something here, but didn't really even think that it would be worth going out for. Just doubted that it would get this far south, but some people within the family got some really good looks at it in dark sky areas. My wife's niece got some pictures east of Stafford, and in a real dark area out there, and also her nephew got a really cool picture from Baghdad, Arizona. It was pretty dark there, and he was working nights at the mine there, and he got a picture of the aurora silhouetting a bulldozer. It was kind of a cool picture because he was just, the black outline of the bulldozer, but the aurora was beautiful, and you could actually see stars through it, so it was pretty cool. So I've had my radios all unplugged, not knowing exactly what might happen, so just kind of taking the safe way out. Hadn't really been on the air that much anyway, so pretty much it from here. Oh, last weekend we did go up to Chandler to our granddaughter's ballet performance, and it was our older granddaughter's final one. She's graduated from high school, so she had the kind of the premiere act at the end of the or dance at the end of the recital, and did a great job. So we were really fun seeing that. We've been watching her do that ever since she was about 5 or 6 years old. So neat to see the changes. So, okay, that's it from here. So back to you, Doug. K7EME, KD7UUS.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, very good on the pictures from Baghdad with a bulldozer in the foreground. Now there's an Arizona picture from the mines. No saguaros or anything, just a bulldozer. So I haven't seen one of those. Very good. I did not see it myself here. I've got lights from the house that are, I don't know, 100 yards away or so. Some big floodlights that light up a flagpole at night that someone's got over there. And they were kind of washing out everything. And I just didn't get out to, I kind of regret that decision. So if it happens again, I'm gonna find a spot around here where I can. There's plenty of them around. I just got to get in the vehicle and do that. Let's see. Vince K7VNE was next, and he's in and out today, out flying his drone. So let's get up to Mike, WD7R, and see what news Mike has got. What have you been up to this week, Mike? Go ahead.
Good morning, K7EME and the group, WD7R. Yeah, had a really nice dinner last night with Jason, KK7KNZ, and his XYL. It was nice to meet him in person for the first time, talk a lot about ham radio and aviation and whatnot. Also finished the bandpass filter for 40 meters yesterday. A little bit of fiddling and got it to where SWR is 1.09 to 1 at the center of the band, so I'm happy about that. Jim and I have been talking all week about this as our first attempt at making these bandpass filters, and the kits are very well constructed, organized, and everything. It's interesting trying to sort out exactly how many turns is needed on the 3 toroids. It's a bit of an art and a science. The instructions that came with the kit are a little bit off, and you got to go to the website and put in your values and the band and how many microhenries you're looking for, and it'll tell you a different number of turns. So kind of ended up as splitting the difference between the two. Made it work pretty darn good, and the fine tuning has to do with spreading the wire, the windings apart, or squishing them together. Makes the frequency go up or down. So yeah, it's been quite interesting and fun, and definitely a learning experience. So Jim and I can enjoy our field day and be on 2 different bands at the same time there. So that's really about all I've been doing. I did not successfully make any Aurora contacts, but I listened with great interest Friday night. Worked a couple local folks on CW, including you, Doug, and NC7K. I want to say good morning to Dave, K7SWK. Try to join us on Tuesday night if you can, Dave. You're always welcome. And KD5NLP, good to hear you this morning. Hope you're feeling better. And to all the hams out there, you know, we all had moms or have moms, and gosh, we wouldn't be here without them. So happy Mother's Day to one and all. WD7R73, back to net.
Okay, Mike, absolutely on that. And interesting note as well, I was able to hear some of the Aurora effects on both your signal, and I did work Jeff. He gave me a call later on when I was on CW as well, and not the first time, but the second. It changed depending on when I was listening to you, but I could definitely hear the auroral buzz even on your signal. So it definitely was interesting to observe. Anyway, hopefully more to follow. Let's see. Let's go down to Tucson and Ron, KW7RNX. Ron, it's your turn. Go ahead. You know, Ron might have said he was going to be in and out. I don't remember for sure. Anyway, he can jump back in here if he needs to. And so let's go to Mike, KD5NLP. Go ahead, Mike.
Good morning, Doug. This is Mike, KD5NLP. Everything's all fine around here. Still a little better than last week. Still about 100%. There was something to see. I did not go with her. I surprised at 7 o'clock at night. But she did. She got home right around midnight. Yeah, she said it was something event. See that? Well, maybe it was a lifetime event. Very often. They do have event designated for the season. So, Doug, I hope everything sounds good. I don't know if you were able to see the Aurora down there. Anyway, what can I say to you? Looking at you on 36, 96, or whatever, thereabouts tonight. Around 36 miles. We'll turn it back to you. K7EME 85 NLP.
Okay, Mike, you know, a little bit of up and down as usual there, but I did get a lot of that, and I'm glad you're feeling better and all of that. Your signal sounds good. A little bit of aircraft enhancement helps every once in a while, and we get a little bit of a peak there. But I think I have to look at a terrain analysis between your place and mine. I think there's got to be a mountain that is just something in the way there. But most of the time we can make it pretty well. So, excuse me. Thanks for checking in and continued improvement in how you're feeling up there. Let's see. I'm going to have to bump the antenna a little bit more to up toward the Prescott area, and let's get Gene, N7EJC, in here. Gene, how you doing today?
Doing outstanding, Doug. Just got a lot going on up here, but it's good to be back on the net. I'm going to try to get on. I know we normally get home from church about 8:20, 8:30. You know, what I'll do from now on, I'll hop on, do like I did today, let you know what I'm doing, and it's 4:40, and come back down, and that's next time you should be getting me. So, anyway, great being on. Lots of stuff going
Okay, very good, Gene. And yeah, just a reminder for you guys, Gene has a group in Central Arizona. They're a SWAT group on Monday nights. And I have a conflict here with my wife's schedule on Monday nights, so I'm sorry. I don't very often get a chance to, unless she's maybe on vacation or something. But Gene, what time is your net on 144 250?
The net is at 1900. It's 1900, over.
Okay, so 1900 Zulu. So check that out, and just if you're around on Monday evenings, another good net. And fine on the LNA work and all of that. You're getting to become quite the expert on LNAs up there. So kudos to you on that. And just next weekend and for a few days before, I will have 1296 up there on the rim. So maybe we can make a contact. That would be fun. On or that or 2 or 432 as well there, Gene. So anyway, maybe catch you on 3695 this evening. Let's see. Emil, are you back yet? W1GGM. Okay, Emil's still involved up on 432, so let's go to Ken, W7KZM. Ken, go ahead.
Good morning again. Ken, Whiskey 7 Kilo Zulu Mike. Not much happening down here with the weather change. Got a lot of running around town, taking care of business, looking for some furniture. I'm going to take out an antenna. That 10 element beam sucks. It's a real fragile antenna, so every time the wind blows, it distorts. So I'm going to take it down and put up a 2 meter, 70 centimeter antenna and see if that works better. Otherwise, I'm looking at another little hobby on top of this. I'm looking at what they call a sub 250 Cinewhoop, and it's a camera drone that you can run in the house or you can run outside and keep your eye-hand coordination going. And anyway, it's a little bit of money, but looks like fun. And right now I'm just practicing flying on the simulator, and that's kind of a challenge. So, I'm in no hurry to buy all the equipment yet, but a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope everybody has a nice Mother's Day, and say hello to all your mothers for me, and I'll be off and saying goodbye. Whiskey 7 Kilos of the Mike. Have a good day.
All right, Ken. Well, you have a great day as well, and yeah, practice up on that simulator, and then go have some fun real time there. That'll be looking forward to more reports on that. Let's see how close the simulator is to the real thing there. So you take her easy. Enjoy. Warren, K7CWA, almost had a brain moment there. How are you doing, Warren? What's going on up there?
Doing okay there, Doug. K7EME, K7CWA. So I tell you, this solar storm really has a major effect. Yesterday on the nets, most of the ATEP nets had to be canceled because you just couldn't hear anybody. And on the digital nets, it was just a waste of time. Very few could hear anybody. So that's one of those things. Because the thought comes to mind, when amateur radio can't get through, the internet will. That's the way it works out anyhow. So I threw that out there. And also another little interesting thing that I've noticed, and it's just kind of strange. You know, I work a lot with computer programming and stuff, and I run into problems, and I sit there until my mind turns into jello. I can't think of anything. And, you know, I just can't come up with a solution. And this past week, twice now, I've been in that situation, and I've gone laid down and taken a nap, and I guess my mind continues to work and thinks about it while I'm sleeping, because I'll wake up with a solution and or something to try, and it's saved me twice. So anyhow, that's kind of what's going on here. K7EME, K7CWA.
Yeah, okay, Warren. You know, I've done that more than once, where I've gone to bed and you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I know that subconscious, you know, your brain, you know, just keeps on working while your conscious is not. So that's pretty good deal. Anyways, we'll catch you next week. KK7KBO, Mike up there in Surprise was in and out, and so we'll get over to Catalina and see how Mike ND7E is doing. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, good morning, Doug, and everyone, and happy Mother's Day. And anyway, I woke up a little late, but I'm finally awake. I'm slow going this morning, but I guess everybody has a slow morning now and then. Did I understand, Doug, that you were headed to the Rim, Grand Canyon next week or something?
Yeah, we will be on the air Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Over.
Oh, okay, very good. I didn't know if you were planning to go on the North Rim, which I did. Of course, that was, a couple weeks ago now. And it was going to be just a long weekend camp out. I went up to Lake Powell, but I ended up taking that road to Kanab, Utah, you know, there along the border of Arizona and Utah, and working some parks on the air, and decided, well, I'm going to, you know, I got the Jeep. I'm going to see if I can find a long, dusty trail and get to the North Rim. Of course, I went up to, and I don't know which way you're going. Maybe you can kind of throw out some good tips there on what you're planning. But I went up to St. George, and there's a road that goes right along the border of Arizona and Utah there in St. George. It's a parkway, Southern Parkway, I think it's called. And that's where I found that dirt road that was like a little over 90 mile one way, but pretty much doable, although the last 10 miles is kind of rocky. But I just thought I'd mention that. It was a blast. I had never been on a dirt road for that long. 180 mile round trip, but did an overnight camping, got some great pictures, and did a little bit of radio, which I should have taken my 2-meter like you were talking about, so and try to make contact, but it is what it is. So anyway, looking forward to your trip there, and hope you guys, whoever you're going with, enjoys it. And that's about all I got. Nothing else going on around here. I haven't been doing too much just kind of busy with other projects here. So back to you, Doug. November Delta 7 Echo.
Okay, Mike. Well, the wrong rim. It's the Mogi on rim up there north of Payson and northeast of Payson. So that is but in the following month in June, we will be for field day up on the south rim of the Grand Canyon. So I will be up there, but only on the south rim and only in on field day weekend. But anyways, so wrong rim. But next time you go up there, let us know if you go back to that spot. And definitely, I've never worked anybody on the north rim on 2 meters, so I know we can do it. Hopefully, let us know. KT6KT, good old reliable Surge, as always, was in here with a darn good signal from Las Vegas, so that was good. So now we'll switch back to Gilbert and W7WHB, the first half of the Gilbert team for today. So go ahead there, Steve.
Well, good morning, Doug, and the rest of the group. This is Steve. Whiskey 7, Whiskey Hotel Bravo, SWOT number 3697. Not a whole lot going on here this week, Doug. This is a kick back and watch everybody else and watch everything else and just kind of see what's going on. We didn't help anybody this week. We didn't cause any problems with anybody this week. We just did nothing, and it really felt good. But this week it's going to start up, so I can imagine it's going to be a fun week. And it is fun seeing all the videos and pictures and kind of peeking over the horizon ourselves for the solar auroras, and pretty good stuff. I can see all that prediction of what the aurora is going to do on my my geochron clock, because it has those features to see the prediction of the aurora, and it's pretty good. It's always green that they picture on the computer. The aurora is always green, but the other night, 2 nights ago, it was solid red. And when the pictures were taken, that's where we got the pink and magenta colored pictures, because the aurora was red. And that only tells me that the sun is really belching out some high-powered stuff. So, Jerry, keep on it. Keep on it, Jerry. Other than that, not much going on. Just a regular old week, like I said. And we don't have much to report on there, Doug. So, I know we're at the bottom of the list. We didn't get to bed till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Actually, I went to bed at 2, but I didn't fall asleep till about 3 or 4. So that's why we're late this morning. So we will listen in and for the rest of the net. K7EME, W7WHB.
All right. Well, you made it, and geez, with that little sleep, I'm surprised you're doing as well as you are. So you're a trooper for sure, there, Steve. Well, let's go to your neighbor, WX7G, and see what Jim's got going on. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Doug, Jim texted me and said he's got things he's got to do. He's out of there, so he was a one and done.
Oh, okay. I thought he was sticking around. Well, that's all right. No problem. Thanks for that, Steve. So I'm going to aim up toward Flagstaff here. Let's get Lee, WJ0F, in here. Go ahead, Lee. I'm copying you pretty good now. I had to peek up on you a little bit. Right now we're in a little bit of QSB, but solid copy.
Okay. I just wanted to mention I tried working Aurora,
And unlike in the past when we had some activity, I did not hear a darn thing on 6 or on 2. Everybody, I guess, is playing with digital.
Well, I'm sorry you missed out on that. Gosh, yeah, I just aimed up north, and boy, the W9RM over in Colorado was banging in here, and same with K7ULS up at the ski resort up there in Utah, just banging in. I'm sorry you missed out on that. It's quite an experience. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I picked the wrong time. I was doing it in the evening, and I thought there would be some activity. Just surprised I didn't hear anything. Usually, when there's activity, I saw the aurora. We had really good television. I know it was in the crowd, of course, it was cloudy that night. But anyway, give it a shot. We'll see what happens. It was interesting to see the band get ready to HS signals. I remember back in March '89 when the last real big one happened. I was working in Wyoming and had my amateur equipment up there. And that was the first time I ever got to work aurora. And the aurora at night, the sky was just kind of green. It was just solid green. It was weird.
Yeah, that I was up, as a kid up in Washington State, and in the western side of Washington, and never saw the aurora because it was just wintertime. It was always cloudy, and I just don't remember ever seeing it up there. And I'm sure I that was there, but just couldn't see it. Anyways, yeah, what a great thing, and fun to experience. But it was earlier in the afternoon when the best conditions for me were. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I listened after about 6 p.m. and it was gone. And I listened all day yesterday, and I didn't hear anything back then either. Over.
Apparently I started too late. My sister was in town, and that's where I was at the time. Anyway, I just want to mention my other project. A friend of mine gave me a Helicopter, SX99, that I'm going to restore. I'll finally have something that glows in the shack again. Over.
Ah, okay. A great little receiver, the SX99. So, hey, sounds like a great project.
I picked up the recap set, and it does need to have one of the I think it's the band spread needs to be restrung. I've got some waxed polyester string, and it'll be an interesting project to get in there and smell some solder again being melted. Or
yeah. What great fun, and love the smell of those old radios when you get your nose into them. And I had to restring a National NC 155 here right before Straight Key Night, and I was using that. So and I did not have proper dial string. I had some, and I found it since then, but I didn't. So I ended up using some fly fishing line. And it worked, but after a couple hours, it started to slip. Anyway, you'll have to keep us up to date on reports on how that's going there.
Okay, yeah. Well, this stuff is waxed polyester. It's not too thick for canvas repair. I think it should work since it's waxed, or.
Yeah, it'll probably grab a little bit better. Fishing line, no, but it's all I had.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep you guys informed. I'm actually impressed. I heard a number of stations today. Half an antenna, I guess, is better than none. Over.
Well, I'm glad you're copying some of the folks, and it's still working. Maybe it helps with a little broader beam width, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're copying some of the guys up there.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be 20 over if I didn't have, if I had the whole thing. You're about an S8, Doug. We'll send it back to you and to the rest of the net. You have a good Sunday. W380.
Okay, Lee. Thanks for everything, and yeah, you're doing amazingly well for limping along there. That last segment, their transmission, you were S7 here, so doing pretty darn well. Thanks for coming by and the updates and everything. We'll catch you. We'll catch you later. Let's see. Jack AI1K was the last on the list, and he was in and out. So let's stand by and see if anybody's left out there. Any new late check-ins? Nothing heard, so we'll shut things down. Great net today. Next week there will be no live stream. So we'll miss out on next week, but the following week we'll pick back up with it again. And Al will be filling in as net control and doing Netlogger as usual. So you will see you guys next week. K7EME signing clear and shutting the live stream down.